Hey guys, it's Emily, and Neil and I are going to review the SAMR framework with you all. I'm responsible for the substitution and augmentation portion of it, and I really wanted to show you this website because I believe it does a great job pointing out the parallels between SAMR and Bloom's taxonomy. So on the left-hand side of this diagram, you'll see the SAMR model, and on the right-hand side, you'll see the different levels of Bloom's. Starting at the bottom and working the way to the top is reviewing the least difficult to most difficult, or more basic understandings to more advanced understandings and demonstrations of the knowledge. So the substitution, in the area of substitution, this is looking at direct tool substitute. So you're not really changing the content and how the student is learning. You are just looking at it using a tool, a technology tool. And in a minute, I'll get a little bit more into what that looks like specifically in a lesson. In the augmentation phase, you're moving towards, or let me go back. In the substitution phase, you're also looking at to help students further understand. So we're looking at remembering and understanding in terms of Bloom's. In the augmentation stage, you're using the tool to substitute with functional improvement. So earlier this week, I looked specifically at Quizlet, and that is more of the augmentation stage because I'm taking flashcards and I'm making them digital, and there's a component of it that is functionally improving the outcome for students. So that looks at the apply stage of Bloom's. So there is another website that I found that looks a little bit more at it and what each of these looks like within a lesson. So if we look at when students are writing a paper, a substitution would be using a word processor instead of pen or pencil when they're writing, where an augmentation would be doing like text-to-speech functions to improve writing. So it's actually changing how the student is doing their writing, but it's not changing the task itself. If we go down a little bit further and we look at the areas of geography and travel, if you have a lesson around that, you're using substitution would be using PowerPoint or Prezi to construct a presentation, or augmentation would be incorporating multimedia tools such as audio and video and hyperlinks. So it's that next step, but not quite yet to the modification and redefinition of really getting students to interact with the material at a higher level. And then for an example from literature would be students reading Shakespeare texts online, or using online for substitution, and for augmentation using online dictionaries, study guides, things like SparkNotes online in order to get a deeper understanding of what the text is about. But again, it's not really changing their thinking and requiring them to think at a deeper level. So that is the basics for the difference between substitution and augmentation. Neil is going to review for you the levels of modification and redefinition and what that looks like within lessons. Have a great day.